Good morning. So yesterday we have discussed this Laplace transform. Okay. So the brief discussion of the condition for the existence of Laplace transform, that we have defined this function linear differential equation of the, we have to obtain of the common function, sinusoidal function, damp sinusoidal function, exponential function, and then into the algebraic equations. So what the Laplace transform does, it transforms the linear differential equation into the algebraic equations or into the algebraic function of the complex variable. Yes. So yesterday we have discussed that f of t is a time t such that the f of t is 0 for t is less than 0. Okay. And s is a complex variable. So s is equal to sigma plus j omega, where this sigma is the real part, this is the imaginary parts, and therefore prefix this L is the operational symbol indicating the quantity that it prefix is to transform by the Laplace integral 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st into dt, and therefore f of s is the Laplace transform of the function f of t, and therefore finally we have to obtain the Laplace transform of f of t is nothing but f of s 0 to infinity e raised to power minus st dt into f of t, and we have got this. Okay. So this is the f of t. So this inverse Laplace transform. Okay. So the reverse process of finding the time function f of t from the Laplace transform f of s is called as the inverse Laplace transform. Therefore, the operational symbol is used L raised to power minus 1, and this is f of s is equal to f of t is equal to 1 over 2 pi j. We have already seen this in signals and system. Okay, how to find the Laplace transform? Will not go into the detail. So c minus j infinity to c plus j infinity, and this f of s into e raised to power st into ds. So this is the inverse Laplace transform, and this is for the t is greater than 0. So where this c is nothing but the abscissa of convergence, and it is a real constant. C is the abscissa of convergence, and it is a real constant, and it is chosen larger than the real part of the singular points of f of s, and and thus the path of integration is parallel to the j omega axis. So this path of integral, this is parallel to the j omega axis, that means imaginary axis, and it is displaced by the amount c. Okay, this is the c is the real part from it. Therefore, the path of integration is the right of all singular points. Okay. So next we will discuss the mathematical modeling of the dynamic system. This is the very basic step for the analysis of the control system. Mathematical modeling of dynamic system. Okay, this is the very basic step for the analysis of control system. Okay, what do we in this method? Here, in studying the control system, we have to develop the model of dynamic system. We have to develop the model of the dynamic system. Model of dynamic system. And once you develop this model of dynamic system, and we have to analyze the dynamic characteristics. Okay. Model of dynamic system and analyze dynamic characteristics. We have to analyze dynamic characteristics of the dynamic system. So mathematical model of the dynamic system is defined as a set of equation. What is mathematical model? See, a mathematical model of a dynamic system is defined as a set of equations that represents dynamics of the system. So what is a mathematical model? Whenever somebody asks you what is mathematical model of the system, so mathematical model of the dynamic system is nothing but it is a set of equations. It is a set of equations, and that equation is representing that dynamics of the system. So mathematical model is not unique to the given system. A system may be represented in many different ways. Okay, it is not only the mathematical model. The system can be represented by many ways, and therefore we have many mathematical models. Okay, so the dynamics of many systems. So what are the systems? The dynamics of many systems. Your system may be mechanical. Your system may be electrical. Your system may be thermal. Okay, and your system may be economic. It may be the biological, and so on. So therefore it may be described in terms of differential equation. Okay, all this system, whether it is mechanical, electrical, thermal, or economics, or biological, this can be described in terms of differential equation, and the such differential equation may be obtained by using the physical laws. These equations, how we can obtain this equation? These equations may be obtained by physical laws. By physical laws governing the particular system. For example, we always use the Newton's law. You know the Newton's law. Newton's law is generally used for mechanical system. Newton's for mechanical system. And which law is used for electrical system? Anybody of you? Which law is for the electrical system? Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff's law is for electrical system. And when any dynamic system is given to you, we have to use these laws, and we have to find a differential equation for this system. And this differential equation will represent the system. And once you get the differential equation, then we have to use the Laplace transform, which will convert this differential equation into the algebraic equation, and that will be put into the transfer function form. So that is the very basic step for the analysis of the control system. Okay, so mathematical model may assume many different forms depending on particular system and particular circumstances. one mathematical model may be better suited than other models. For example, in optimal control problems, it is advantageous to use the state space representation. Okay, whenever optimal control problem is there, we have to use the state space representation. On the other hand, for the transient response or frequency response analysis, single input, single output system, linear time invariant system, the transfer function representation may be more convenient. So whenever the single input, single output system is there, transient response or frequency response, we are going to see in this control system the transient response and frequency response and nothing else. Transient response and frequency response analysis of single input, single output system, linear time invariant system, linear time invariant system. Okay, then the transfer function we have to use for the representation of this system. Transfer function is used, or it may be the more convenient than any other. And whereas the optimal control transfer function is we use for representation. And whenever the optimal control problem is there, optimal control problem is there, it is advantageous to use the state space representation. It is advantageous to use the state space representation. Okay, so next we will discuss the transfer function, because this is a very basic step for the analysis of the control system, that to find a transfer function of the system. So what is the transfer? In control there is a function called a transfer function. The functions called the transfer functions are commonly used to characterize the input-output relationship of the component or system that can be described by the linear system, or it may be the time invariant system, differential equation. Okay, so the what is the transfer function? The transfer function of a linear system the transfer function of a linear time invariant differential equation system is defined as the ratio of the Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input. Okay, Laplace transform of the input under the assumption that what assumptions we have to make? Under the assumption that all initial conditions are 0. All initial conditions are 0. So there are some components are there that capacitor and inductor, they have their initial conditions. The capacitor may be initially charged. Okay, therefore that all this we have to consider the equal to 0. The initial condition is equal to 0. So consider the linear time consider linear time invariant system defined by the following differential equation. Defined by the following differential equations. This equation is a naught y raised to power n plus a1 y raised to power n minus 1 plus a n minus 1 y raised to power dash plus a n y, and this is equal to b naught x raised to power m plus b1 x raised to power m minus 1 plus b m minus 1 x of dash plus bm x. So this is a first derivative. Okay, so this is the differential equations, and in this case where the n is greater than or equal to m, the value of this n, that should be always greater than this m, or it should be always equal to m, but never less than m. Okay, so the according to the definition, what is y here? Y is the output, and x is the input. Okay, therefore the transfer function of the system is Laplace transform of the output variable to the Laplace transform of the input variable. We can write here transfer function Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input with a zero initial condition, and therefore y of s by x of s. So this is Laplace transform of the output to the Laplace transform of the input, and we can write here further b naught s raised to power m plus b1 s raised to power m minus 1 plus bm minus 1 s plus bm divided by a naught s raised to power n plus a1 s raised to power n minus 1 plus a n minus 1 s plus a n. So this is the transfer function, and therefore using this concept of transfer function, it is possible to represent system dynamics by the algebraic equation in S. Okay. So if you comment on this transfer function of the system, the applicability of the concept of the transfer function is limited to the linear time invariant system. Okay, this transfer function we can apply only to the system which is linear and which is time invariant, the system which is not varying with time. Okay, and the system is also having the differential equation. Therefore, the transfer function approach, however, is extensively used in analysis and design of such systems. And therefore, important comments on the transfer function. First is the transfer function of a system is a mathematical model. Comments on transfer function. Comments on transfer function. So what is first comment? The transfer function of a system is a mathematical model. This is a mathematical model. In that it is an operational method of expressing the differential equation that relates the output variable to the input variable. Okay. Second comment is that the transfer function is a property of the system itself. Transfer function is the property of system itself. Okay. And it is independent of magnitude and nature of input or driving function. Next is the transfer function include the unit necessary to relate the input to the output. Transfer function of the system is known. Okay. So the transfer function of the system is known. The output of response can be studied for various form of the. So these are some comments which we have to make. The transfer function includes the unit necessary to relate the input to the output. To relate the input to the output. Okay. So this is the about the transfer function. This is a very basic step for the analysis of the control system. Next is the next is the block diagram. How to represent the system? Where to represent the system in block. So block diagram is of a system is a pictorial representation of the function performed by the each components. There are different components are there in the system, and this block diagram of a system is a pictorial representation of the function performed by each components. Is a pictorial representation of the function performed by each component. And of the flow of signal. And of the flow of the signal. Okay. So such a diagram depicts the interrelationship that exists among the various components, differing from the purely abstract mathematical. Therefore, the block diagram of all system variables are linked to each other through the functional block. The functional block are simply the block is a symbol of mathematical operations on the input signal to the block that produces the output. Okay. So the mathematical model of the dynamic system, it is generally denoted by like this. This is a mathematical model of the dynamic system. This is a transfer function. G of S. Okay, so these are the transfer function of G of S. So this is also called as the mathematical model of the dynamic system, having the input and this is the output. And the Laplace transform of the output variable to the input variable is nothing but the transfer function of that system. Okay. So next is the summing point. Summing points are generally related like this. So this is A. Okay. And this is B. Therefore, A signal is coming from this, B signal is coming from this. So here we will get A minus B. So this is a summing point. So a circle with a cross in the symbol that indicate the summing operation, plus or minus sign at each arrowhead indicates whether the signal is to be added or subtracted. Here the signal is added and here this signal is to be subtracted. Okay. So it is important that the quantities being added or subtracted have the same dimension and the same unit. So block diagram of the closed loop system. Block diagram of a closed loop system. So you know this is a summing point. This is added, this is subtracted, and then there is a G of S, that is a transfer function of the feed forward path. Then this is the output. Output is C of S, input is R of S, and here the feedback, it is given to the system like this, and this is the error signal. So this is the summing point. Just we have discussed this summing point. Okay, and this is the branch point. So this is block diagram of the closed loop system. Next, it can be denoted like this. Feedback signal is denoted like this. This is a B of S. Okay, and the here we have to also the feedback transfer function, that is H of S. Okay, so this is the block diagram of the closed loop system. Okay, now here we have to find the transfer function of this system. Open loop transfer function and feed forward transfer function. This is the open loop system, and whenever there is no suppose feedback, this is only open loop system, and therefore what is the open loop transfer function? That is B of S by E of S. B of S by E of S. So what is B of S by E of S? So B of S by E of S, it is a G of S into H of S. Okay, so the ratio of the output C of S to the ratio of the output C of S to the actuating error signal E of S, it is called as the feed forward transfer function of the system. So the ratio of the output C of S to the actuating error signal E of S is called the feed forward transfer function. Feed forward is called a feed forward transfer function, so that and therefore for the closed loop transfer function, closed loop transfer function, the closed loop transfer function, this is a closed loop transfer function. So what is the C of S is here? So this C of S is nothing but G of S into E of S. What is this C of S? It is a G of S into E of S. So I am writing directly C of S is equal to G of S into E of S, and this E of S is equal to, नाही राहू द्या उघडं R of S ते खाली चालला गेला होता ते. So this error signal E of S is equal to R of S minus B of S. So error signal is nothing but the difference between the reference input and the feedback signal, and therefore we know the feedback signal is nothing but this H of S into C of S, and we have to eliminate this E of S. If you eliminate this E of S, eliminating E of S from this equation, then we can write C of S is equal to G of S into R of S minus H of S into C of S. So we have just put this value of E of S in this equation, that is a G of S into E of S. So E of S we have put this because we have to eliminate E of S. Okay, so and further if you solve this G of S, R of S minus G of S, H of S, C of S, and now if you solve this for C of S by R of S, so take the C of S on one side, okay, so here we can take C of S outside the bracket, 1 plus G of S, H of S, this is G of S into H of S. So we have to find this C of S by R of S, that is G of S over 1 plus G of S, H of S. So this is the transfer function relating to the C of S to R of S, called a closed loop transfer function. This transfer function relates the closed loop dynamics to the dynamics of the feed forward elements, and therefore we can further write also C of S, that is the output is nothing but G of S 1 plus G of S, H of S into R of S, and this is the output of the closed loop system. Clearly it depends on both the closed loop transfer function and the nature of the input. Okay, so this is the how we can develop the basic steps for the mathematical model. This is the very basic step for the analysis of the control system. And now we have to find some transfer function of the system. Suppose one circuit is given to you and we have to find a transfer function for that we can find. So the procedure for drawing the block diagram. What is the procedure for drawing the block diagram? Suppose the block diagram is this circuit one is given to you. This is the electrical system. Okay, this is the resistance and this is the capacitance. Here the input is applied, input voltage. Here it is the output, and the current I is flowing through this circuit. So what is the current I? Current I is nothing but this voltage minus the output voltage divided by R. This is the current. Okay. And what is the output voltage here? It is 1 over C into integration of I dt. So this is the two equations we get if you apply the basic Kirchhoff's law. Okay. Here we have found the current flowing through the circuit, that is the input voltage minus output voltage divided by R. Okay. Now we have to Laplace transform the equation 1 and 2. Laplace transform equation 1 and 2. So this equation 1 is, what is the Laplace transform of I? It is I of S. What is the Laplace transform of I is I of S. What is the E of I? It is E of S. What is the Laplace transform of output voltage? E naught of S divided by R. So this is the Laplace transform of equation 1. Similarly, find the Laplace transform of equation 2. So that is E naught of S. It is I of S over C of S. Okay. So this is the Laplace transform of equation 1 and 2. Therefore, we have to draw the block diagram. What is the input is here? Input is the, see, we have to develop the block diagram for this. The input is this EI of S, output is E naught of S. Okay, so therefore we can write like this. So there is a difference. So this is a summing point. This is a plus point. This is minus point. So plus point is EI of S. Minus point is E naught of S. Okay, and what is this? There is a resistance also. Okay, and this is the current flowing through this circuit. Therefore,